Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
We're not waiting around, and we're not messing around. So noon on Friday, September 22nd is a new deadline.
Thanks for being with us here for the news at 6 o'clock. Breaking tonight, the UAW sets a new deadline to strike more plants. This as Canadian auto workers are staring down a midnight deadline to strike against Ford. We're following key developments within the last few hours. I'm Kimberly Gill.
I'm Devin Scillian. Good to have you with us here tonight at 11. As Unifor preps for a strike against Ford Canada, the UAW says it is waiting on counteroffers on this side of the river. Mara McDonald live along the riverfront tonight. Dueling deadlines here tonight, Mara.
I tell you, Devin, we've got a lot of moving parts. Let's start with the Canadians across the border. They're telling us, the union that represents those Ford auto workers in Canada, that unless Ford comes to the table with a plan on pensions and wages, they're striking at midnight. And then late tonight, the UAW chief comes out and says he's not too happy with the status quo and has set up a high noon on Friday deadline. Let me show you. Here on our side of the border, the negotiations between the UAW and the Detroit 3 are ongoing, but no deals. And in a taped video tonight, Shawn Fain says,
And I'm going to be crystal clear again right now. If we don't make serious progress by noon on Friday, September 22nd, more locals will be called on to stand up and join the strike.
The UAW is sitting down with Stellantis today. The union says it's waiting on a counteroffer from the company after its last offer was rejected. That included a 21% wage hike and also some very interesting details. It's no secret Stellantis wants to slim down its production footprint in North America. Included in its last offer, it says it's looking at closing 18 U.S. facilities. And as CNBC has confirmed, that includes potentially selling or leasing its sprawling Auburn Hills campus, the old Chrysler World Headquarters.
Really, things are still, status quo, moving slowly. We had, some meetings over the weekend, but, we still have a long way to go.
The UAW is currently picketing at one Michigan plant, Ford's Michigan Assembly in Wayne. Conversely, Unifor says it's going to shut everything down if there's no deal by midnight.
If there is a strike, this will be a total strike. Every single one of Unifor's 5,600 members at Ford in Canada will be on picket lines.
Back here live, let's see what happens in Canada at midnight tonight. Meanwhile, it probably shouldn't be that big of a surprise that Shawn Fain came out with that new deadline tonight. When asked about how things were with the talks over the weekend with all three automakers. Really, the UAW only had positive things to say about their talks with Ford, calling them reasonably productive. We really didn't get any sort of critique from the UAW on where things were with Stellantis or GM. Clearly, the UAW chief not happy with the status quo. We're live downtown tonight on the riverfront. I'm Mara McDonald. Local 4.
We will be watching it, Mara. Thank you so much.
Now, former President Donald Trump says he's not going to participate in next week's second presidential primary debate in California. Instead, he intends to deliver a primetime speech to United Auto Workers here in Detroit. The union says that neither Trump nor his campaign have reached out to them about his potential visit. Exact time and place for the speech still unclear, but we'll continue to follow that. And you can, of course, continue to track the newest developments, get alerts from clickondetroit.com, especially easy if you download the app. And we will, of course, continue to follow the story hour by hour. Other news tonight, Michigan State University moving forward with plans to fire suspended head football coach Mel Tucker.
The school says behavior Tucker has already admitted to is grounds to terminate his contract. That includes touching himself during a phone call with Brenda Tracy, who makes her living advocating against sexual assault and was hired to speak at MSU in that capacity. Tucker was notified by letter of the decision made by athletics director Alan Haller, the MSU administration, and its board of trustees. It makes clear he's being fired for cause. The letter cites, quote unquote, moral turpitude as one of the reasons. Tucker will be given 7 days to respond and present reasons he should not be let go for cause. Here's a look at the actual letter, which cites a section of Tucker's contract listing the reasons MSU could potentially terminate his employment, including conduct which, quote, would tend to bring public disrespect, contempt, or ridicule upon the university, end quote. The letter goes on to say Tucker's admitted behavior breaches both those standards, proving a, quote, basis under which the university may terminate the agreement, which the university elects to now terminate, end quote.
Detroit's Mayor Duggan outlining a land value tax plan during tonight's District 2 meeting. It would cut homeowners' taxes by an average of 17% and pay for it by increasing taxes on abandoned buildings, parking lots, and more. Pamela Osborne was at tonight's meeting, joins us now live with more here. Pam, residents are hoping this makes it to the ballot next February.
They certainly are, because they would see significant savings. Almost every single homeowner in the city of Detroit. Meanwhile, owners of parking lots, scrap yards, they would see their taxes go up 50%, while owners of abandoned buildings would see a 100% increase in their taxes.
I wanted to see if it would be beneficial for me and save me some money.
Robin Whitelaw was one of many in attendance at Monday's District 2 meeting, where Mayor Mike Duggan introduced a plan that would reduce property taxes for people like her.
It's going to be double. If you've been living down the street from a vacant apartment building, a vacant gas station or whatever, their taxes are going to be double.
Under the proposed restructuring, taxes on land value would increase, but taxes collected based on a home's value would not, meaning 97% of homeowners in the city of Detroit would see an average savings of 17%.
Beautiful. Finally, something is getting done.
It's been a long-standing issue in the city.
It seems like they're rewarding them. They pay less tax. I know I keep up my property. I believe in that. And we are taxed higher.
Mayor Duggan highlighting that very scenario.
She pays twice as much for the house she maintains with her family than the guy who abandoned that commercial auto shop pays.
That would change if council decides to put the land value tax measure on the February ballot for voters. White Claw's hoping council members do, so she can put those savings to good use someplace else.
You know, we're at a time where everything is up, food is up, groceries. Give me more wiggle room and pay my bills.
All right, so if you are one of the 9,000 people who own a home in the city of Detroit and already get that NEZ abatement, you may be wondering what this means for you. It doesn't mean anything at all. So the rate that you're paying right now, that would remain the same until it naturally expires. And at that point, you too would be eligible for that discount, that reduction of about 17%. That is, of course, if it makes it to the ballot and if voters vote yes. 2025 in July is when those property taxes would go down for homeowners. Reporting live in the city of Detroit, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Yeah, a long way to go, but what a fascinating plan. All right, Pamela.
New information on a story we brought you as breaking news at 6 o'clock. Police are now calling a shooting in Dearborn Heights accidental. It happened on Grayfield Street near Telegraph and Joy Roads. Police say a 14-year-old had a gun and somehow it accidentally went off. A 16-year-old boy was hit. He's in critical condition. A juvenile is in custody. Charges are pending.
A driver could face charges in connection with a crash that injured a Michigan State trooper. State police shared the dash cam video of an SUV that slammed into a patrol car. Happened during a traffic stop on the Southfield Freeway near Finkel early Sunday morning. The officer was out of his car at the time and was dragged during the crash. 2 people in the original stop were also hurt. The driver of the SUV suffered minor injuries, but investigators are working to get a warrant for a blood test. Let's move over to Macomb County. A Warren police officer recovering after a crash. This happened at the intersection of 11 Mile and Hoover. Police say the officer was headed to an emergency when he was hit. They say his lights and siren were on at the time of the crash. The driver suffered minor injuries. The officer, it's expected, is going to make a full recovery.
Emergency demolition has been ordered at the site of an explosion in Detroit's Eastern Market. It happened around 11:30 Saturday morning. The building sits across from Shed 2 and contains several local businesses, including Jab's Gym. Now business owners are left trying to figure out where they're going to rebuild.
I just picked up a brick over there. I mean, I guess pick up the pieces, right, and try to figure it out. And so hopefully we can recreate it.
I'm gonna use it as an opportunity to show what the city of Detroit is about, and that's resilience.
City says the demolition could begin in a couple of days.